I was 19 the first time I stood in that alley. The rain had stopped, but the pavement reflected neon kanji like false promises. Standing at that door was the last free choice I'd make for 20 years. They call it the Yakuza. To outsiders, it's violence and fear. But to a kid with nowhere to go, it looked like family. I told myself, once I walk through that door, there's no coming back. My hand moved before my courage could fail me. 3 knocks. The sound was swallowed by the city, but inside that room, I know now, it echoed like a gavel. The boy who knocked on that door died the moment it opened. The door slid open, and warm light spilled out. I stepped inside, leaving the rain and my old life behind. The tatami creaked under my shoes. The Oyabun was waiting. The Oyabun was older than I expected. His eyes looked through you, past bravado to the fear beneath. He poured tea in silence, letting the weight of the room settle on my shoulders. He spoke slowly, each word measured. If you step inside,
every
the boy
step
you
you take
dies today.
Leaves a debt.
Behind him, a dragon scroll.
Do you
A
understand?
short red warning. He told me the cost.
I do.
Loyalty, obedience, lifetime service. His eyes flickered in lantern light. Most boys didn't last. I was too stubborn to know I was one of them. I nodded. He poured the tea slowly, ritualistic, like a ceremony for the dead. The boy who walked in was already gone. In his place sat someone I didn't recognize. The kid in the leather jacket became a man in expensive suits. The syndicate wasn't what movies portray. No bloodshed or showdowns. We ran a shadow corporation. Real estate, finance, arbitration. I sat at that boardroom table, watching men in ties argue over percentages. The neon skyline glittered like a crown. This was the new Yakuza. Same power, different packaging. I spent nights alone reading reports until my eyes burned.
So many
Every signature, every deal, every negotiation added to the invisible weight I carried. I'd stand at the window watching the city lights, wondering how thin the line was between legitimate business and the other kind. The pain of bamboo needles is unforgettable. They don't numb you. That's the point. The tattoo master worked in sacred silence, each tap a meditation on endurance. I gripped the wooden bench and counted my breaths. The needles found the rhythm of my heartbeat. The master never spoke. He didn't need to. The ink told the story. Every drop was a promise I'd made.
The Oyabun came to watch sometimes. He'd sit in the corner, arms folded, saying nothing. The dragon was my marking, but it was his seal. Months of sessions. The pain became familiar, almost comforting. I never saw it all at once, only glimpses in mirrors. Scales and claws emerged. The dragon learned to wait. The master inked the dragon's eye. I felt something shift inside me, like a door closing. The ordeal was over. I sat up and saw the full dragon on my back. It was beautiful and terrible, but the world was changing. New laws came down like a hammer. The boardroom that once hummed with quiet confidence turned tense overnight. Our traditional lifelines were being cut, one by one. I read the legislation until my vision blurred. They'd criminalized what we built. The room grew smaller.
We have to fight back against the new regulations.
For the first time, I felt the foundation
We need to
crack.
adapt to survive.
The elders argued.
These new upstarts,
Fight back,
they don't
he
respect
said.
our traditions.
Adapt, said others. I sat in silence,
Traditions
watching
fade.
the neon
We
skyline
adapt.
I'd once worn like a crown. The city I ruled was slowly becoming my prison. I stayed late in the boardroom. City lights blurred below. The old code meant nothing now. Something had to give. Takeshi emerged, younger, sharper, with cold eyes that never blinked.
His sleek Roppongi office gleamed with glass and blue LED light. He didn't believe in old ways. He believed in numbers. He ran everything through screens. Cryptocurrency, shell companies, offshore accounts. The code of conduct I'd sworn my life to meant nothing to him. He moved money like water, untraceable, unstoppable. I watched him from across the room one night. He didn't even acknowledge me. To him, I was a relic, a dinosaur waiting for extinction. And the worst part of me knew he was right. He closed a deal with a smile that never touched his eyes. Pure digital. No handshake, no ceremony. Just cold, efficient victory. The old ways were dying, and he was the one holding the knife. I confronted him in his private lounge. We faced each other.
The code
Two
is not just a
generations
relic of the
standing on
past.
opposite sides of a chasm.
It is a
Neither of
burden
us
we
could
have
cross.
outgrown.
No weapons, no
Giri
guards,
and
just
Ninjo.
the truth.
Honor
I spoke
cannot
about
be
the
discarded so easily.
Giri, duty. Ninja.
The code is not just a
humanity.
relic of the past.
The principles I'd sacrificed
It is
my
a
life
burden
for.
we have outgrown.
He listened with cold patience,
Giri
like a parent
and
humoring a
Ninja.
child.
Honor
Then he spoke.
cannot be discarded
That
so
code
easily.
belongs to a world that no longer
We live
exists.
by the code.
His
Honor
voice was ice.
is everything.
Everything I believed in was dead. I
That
just
code
hadn't
belongs
noticed.
to a world
I
that no
felt something
longer
break
exists.
inside me. Not anger or sadness, just quiet resignation. The future I'd fought for had no place for me. I was an old lion watching the young one take over. I turned and walked away. The cold blue light followed me to the door. Some doors, once passed through, can't be unseen. The Oyabun was fading. I watched him walk down the hallway of his building, leaning on an assistant, frail, ancient, reduced to a slow walk. We put the Oyabun in a car for his quiet retirement. I watched from the street as the sedan disappeared into the Tokyo night. The last pillar of the old world, driven away like a forgotten appointment.
Takeshi took his seat at the head of the boardroom table, the chair where the Oyabun once sat. The old guard watched with resentment they couldn't voice. Power doesn't transfer, it's taken.
I sat in my office that night, staring at the encrypted data drive I'd been building for years. I had it all.
A chess match requires 2 players.
Takeshi thought he was the only one on the board. He forgot that old pieces can still checkmate the king. I sat across from Takeshi in his Roppongi office. No guards, no weapons, no theatrics. Just 2 men and a glass desk between them. The city glittered beyond the windows. This was the final move. I placed the data drive on the glass. The red LED glowed like a heartbeat. Takeshi's eyes followed it. For the first time, the cold mask
The terms
slipped.
are set.
He knew exactly what it was. I want my life back. 3 words I'd been waiting 20 years to say. My voice didn't waver. The student had become the master's equal, and in that moment, I held every card
I
that
want my
mattered.
life
He leaned
back.
calculating. The silence stretched. Then he nodded. Not defeat, recognition. The deal was struck. I had beaten him at his own game with information he didn't know I had. I placed office keys on his desk. They clinked against glass. 2 decades falling from my hands. He could have it all. I wanted freedom. I walked out of his office, down the corridor, and into the elevator. As the doors closed, I let out a breath I'd been holding for 20 years. The old lion had finally walked out of the cage. I stepped onto the Tokyo street, and night hit me like first breath of life. Traffic, neon, people flowing past. Anonymous, ordinary, free. I took a train from Tokyo that night. Watched the neon skyline shrink to a glow. The past doesn't disappear, but sometimes you outrun it. Now I run a small shop in a coastal town. The customers see a quiet man who sells handmade things. They don't see the dragon beneath my shirt. They don't need to. That part of my life
stays where it belongs.
A customer came in today and smiled at me.
Just a simple exchange between strangers. I smiled back. They saw a shopkeeper. And that's exactly who I am now. I close the shop at sunset. Before I leave, I watch the ocean through the window. Gold light fills the empty room. This is what I traded the Empire for. I'd make that trade again. I walk along the shoreline in the evenings. The ocean stretches forever. I stand at the water's edge and let the waves talk to me in a language older than any code I ever followed. I close my eyes and feel the salt breeze. The dragon under my skin is quiet now. It's just a memory. I am a man who survived long enough to find the shore.